too far now. I didn't mind the videos. I can live with the videos. The videos mean nothing to me. But when you go out your way to try to disrupt and sabotage my efforts on behalf of the community, when you go out of your way to disrupt my efforts on behalf of the community, I got to get in that ass. I got to get in that ass. However it comes. However it comes, it comes. Like the great Nat Turner said, whether it comes rough or smooth, Ifa Tunde, you must surely bear it. Nat Turner said the Spirit spoke and said, whether it comes rough or smooth, you must surely bear it. Brothers and sisters, I need y'all to report. I need y'all to report this woman known as Anti-Afro Svengalis. Her legal name is Andrea Stewart. Go on my Twitter, go on my Instagram, go on my Facebook right now. Go on my Twitter, go on my Instagram, go on my Facebook right now. There's a meme. It's the most recent post. It's a meme. I need you to go to dca.ca.gov. 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 And I need you to click on the file complaint link. And I want you to make a complaint against Andrea Stewart. She is a licensed marriage and family therapist. I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know how a woman who makes videos about one man who she don't know, never met, won't show her face, and has a whole YouTube page with nothing but hundreds of videos about one man. Hundreds of videos about one man. How in the hell can you be providing therapy for families and couples? How can you be providing therapy for families and couples when your ass is mentally unhealthy? Her name is Andrea, Andrea Stewart. Andrea Stewart. Andrea Stewart. Go on my page. I shouldn't have to tell you this. If you're serious, you will go look. Don't ask me what her name is because I just told you it's on my Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Go take a look. All the information you need is right there. Her license number is right there, and I want you to report her, and I want y'all to do that today. Report this COINTELHO. That's what I need you to do. All my beautiful African queens, I need a Valentine's Day gift. I need you to report this COINTELHO. For all my strong black brothers out there, I need a Frederick Douglass birthday gift. Please report this COINTELHO. Please report this COINTELHO. Andrea Stewart. Her license number is on my page. Report this COINTELHO today. Don't go to sleep without reporting this woman. And when you report, let them know what it is. She's a stalker. She's unhealthy. You are concerned that this woman cannot provide the care that is necessary to families and couples, that the state of California needs to rethink giving her a license. They should pull her license back. Send them to her YouTube page. When you report her, please list her YouTube page. Let them know in your report, Anti-Afro Svengalis. Anti-Afro Svengalis. Anti-Afro Svengali. When y'all report her, make sure y'all include her YouTube page so they can see. We want the state of California. We want the state of California Department of Behavioral Science to see the hundreds of videos she has attacking one black man. Tell them y'all are concerned this woman should not be doing therapy with nobody. Please go now. dca.ca.gov. dca.ca.gov. And make sure your complaint is well written. Be articulate. Be grammatically correct as much as you can. Don't write no ghetto ass complaint because they're going to ignore it. Okay? Don't write no ghetto ass complaint because they're going to ignore it. Don't be emotional. Just tell them, we question this woman's mental health. We question this woman's emotional stability. This woman for 5 years has been making video after video every single day about one person who she does not know who lives on the other side of the country. Handle that COINTELHO. Handle that COINTELHO.
Hey guys, this is the first, stream that I've done since covering Umar. I used to cover Sansaray Smith I'm stop smoking, stop drinking. Uh, I haven't done anything on Sansaray Smith in a while because she has become kind of irrelevant now that the priest ordeal is already done. She keeps trying to bring it back and trying to rebirth it, but it's it's after like a year and a half of talking about the same thing, it's kind of getting boring. So I haven't done really anything on her. I'm probably going to do something on her because like she's claiming some new things, like she has a house that's hers and she has a Lexus, so I'm gonna have to get down to the nitty-gritty on that one, and that would be Thank You, We Love Sansaray, which is done by Ebony Man, for hitting me up and let me know the things, the latest on this Sansaray character. So I'll be doing stuff on that later on in the next week or two. I'll be doing an expose on her. But for now, I'm talking about this guy named Umar Johnson. And before I even start, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to pimp my things because, yeah, like I'm doing this stuff and I'm not, I do it kind of for fun, but I also do it because, I'm talented. And the reason why I'm picking on Umar is because I'm so pissed off. Like you got a guy like me who has kind of talent, and I want people to recognize the talent without being too brazen or being like too arrogant, and it doesn't work because nobody believes me, nobody believes me, or nobody wants to check my stuff out because maybe they don't think it's interesting, or it doesn't have a lot of drama, or this kind of thing. And then you got a guy like Umar Johnson who just keeps selling you fake dreams, and you have people just giving him money. And I think it's just because he's kind of like a little bit handsome and he has a gift of gab. So you have what I've witnessed or what I've observed is that a lot of people that are giving him this money are single black women, or black women who don't have a husband at home. You don't really see a black family approaching Umar Johnson. You only see these maybe young black Hoteps, kind of like that, men. Not a lot though. But the most of the people that actually admire him are single black middle-aged women who don't have a husband at home. They have a child. Most of them have a child. And I think they get caught up in his oratory and his aesthetic features, because before, a while ago, he did have aesthetic features. The guy's like 6'4", right? So women like that, and I think some of them, they're living vicariously through Umar. They want to kind of spiritually be with him, and it's kind of like their spiritual wives. So I see this, and I look at this, I observe this, and I'm like, yeah, those real black men or people that have talent and that want to contribute to the black community, they won't be able to do so because you got people like him who just they're very good at words, at speaking, right? So anyway, I just want to show this here. This is his latest.
That's how we gonna handle the system with the brothers.
So this is Umar's latest. So let's hear what he has to say.
COINTELHO. That's how we gonna handle the system with the brothers. Goonie Goon Goon Squad. The Goonie Goon Goon Squad is pull-up time. It's pull-up time. It's pull-up time. It's pull-up time. Sue her for what? She ain't got nothing. Sue her for what? She ain't got nothing.
If you're saying that this lady doesn't have anything, you don't have anything. I call this guy kind of like a internet vagabond. Like he's an electronic vagabond or internet or online vagabond who just begs for coins online. And this is how he survives through life. Like, I've never seen him actually have employment anywhere besides just running his mouth. And I really didn't know that you can make money from just running your mouth, but not providing any kind of concrete. He's just running his mouth, and there's nothing tangible that you can get. It's just, I'm running my mouth, you know, and there's no tangible, there's nothing tangible that ever came from Umar Johnson. Like, I actually went to one of his, well, Afro-Bengali calls it hyena yelps. I actually went to one of his hyena yelps. This was about, I think it was like 4 years ago, in 2015, and I actually gave like $1,000 to his cause. Because everybody said he was like this great guy and he was good for it, and he talked very well. So you just kind of like, yeah, okay, I'll give like some of my money to the cause. And I tried to contact him for the money back. It never went through. Something went wrong, and then I didn't get my money back. And so it was just like, it was lost because I was trying to contact him, like, I gave you money and this kind of things. And he never contacted me back. And so, but this was a time that I was investing in a lot of things, because I was doing this kind of Bitcoin stuff like this. I think this happened like 2016. It had to be 2016 that he came to China, because I live in China. And he came to Shanghai, and I was investing in all kinds of things. So $1,000 wasn't anything to me at the time, because I was investing like 5,000 there, 10,000 there. And so I was like, well, let me throw 1,000 to this cause. So when I went to see him, I tried to get an interview, because I had a YouTube channel at the time, and I was trying to like, I wanted an interview with him. First, he didn't want to talk to me. He didn't want to give me interviews. He tried to charge me actually extra to get an interview. I had to pay I think it was 500 renminbi or 1,000 renminbi, something around it. It was like more than $50 to hear this guy speak. And so I paid for it. It was like a big affair with the black community. They had this one girl on with Daisy Duke shorts. It was like all kind of dressing like a little thought, you know. That's all he would pay attention to, is this girl that was dressed like that. And then right there I knew, you know, yeah. But I had already given my pledge, you know, my $1,000 to his, because it was like a GoFundMe at the time. And while he was talking, I had just given it to him through the app. And then I think after like, it was like an hour and a half. After he finished talking, I tried to go up to him. They wouldn't let me go up to him. I couldn't get an interview. And then he just kept, the only people he was paying attention to was the, like, kind of like the organizers of the event, and this black woman who was dressed like kind of like sexy-ish and this kind of thing, you know. And he was only paying attention to her. And I said, okay, so I see what I've invested in, right? And it's just all talk. It's nothing to do with nothing. Okay, so I'm talking too much, so let's just watch this.
We're gonna handle the sister with the brothers Goonie Goon Goon Squad. The Goonie Goon Goon Squad is pull-up time. It's pull-up time. It's pull-up time. It's pull-up time. Sue her for what? She ain't got nothing. Sue her for what? She ain't got nothing. I said make a complaint. If you don't want to make a complaint, then just say you ain't gonna make the complaint. Don't make excuses.
So he's getting people to flag Afro and Godly's channel. I'm thinking. So he's getting people to flag her channel. He can't do a lot of these things himself. He's always getting other people to do stuff for him, and it's so cowardly, you know. And this is the guy you want to represent your black children. It just pisses me off so much. Like, I get so infuriated knowing that a guy like him, the only thing he's good at is speaking, and he has a good memory. Okay, and speaking, and then you give him everything.
See, this is the shit that happened to Malcolm. Y'all left Malcolm out there. He had to fight for the people, and then he had to fight the haters. He had to fight for the people, and then he had to fight the haters. Y'all did this to the Honorable Marcus Garvey 100 years ago. He had to fight for the people, then he had to fight the haters, while the whole black community stood on the sidelines and watched them sabotage the work that was for all of them. The question are y'all going to stand on the sidelines? Question is, are y'all going to okay, block party. Chucky boy, you out of here.
Huh. What did Chucky boy say?
Them sabotage the work that was for all of them. The question are y'all going to stand on the sidelines?
The question is,
are y'all going to okay, block party. Chucky boy, you out of here.
I didn't see Chucky boy. Where's Chucky
y'all left
boy?
Malcolm out there. He had to fight for the people, and then he had to fight the haters. He had to fight for the people, and then he had to fight the haters. Y'all did this to the Honorable Marcus Garvey 100 years ago. He had to fight for the people, then he had to fight the haters, while the whole black community stood on the sidelines and watched them sabotage the work that was for all of them. The question are y'all going to stand on the sidelines? Question is, are y'all going to okay, block party. Chucky boy, you out of here. Question is, are y'all going to stand on the sidelines and let them do that to Dr. Umar Johnson? Are y'all going to stand on the sidelines and let them do this to Dr. Y'all should be flooding the YouTube pages and inboxes of all these coons. I want Team Ifatunde to go to work. No more ignoring them. We got to shut them down because they sabotaging the work. No more ignoring them. We got to shut them down because they sabotaging the work. Lee Nor Honor, we got to get his ass. Lee Nor Honor, we coming for you. Oh, we coming for you. Oh, we coming for Lee Nor Honor. Oh, yes. Gerald, excuse me, his name is Reverend Girl, Girl. Reverend Girl Palmer, we coming for you. Reverend Girl Palmer, we coming for you.
This is ridiculous.
Girl.
This
Reverend
is ridiculous.
Girl Palmer, we coming for you. We coming for you. William Clay out of D.C., we coming for you. We coming for you. And you got a nerve to have my videos on your website. William Clay got a nerve to have my videos on his website. Writing letters telling people I'm smoking crack. I went to jail for selling crack, smoking crack.
Look what a guy. So it says, "Love my 50 Shades." So it says, if we don't know who this woman is, then why should we give her the popularity or exposure that will in return bring her anti-black clients? Allow her to destroy herself. I don't agree with what she's saying when she's saying anti-black clients and destroy herself, but exactly why are you giving her attention? Right? Why are you giving? None of your supporters know her, but you being stupid, giving her your attention, trying to send people her way, you know, because they are destroying your scam. And since you're trying to destroy her and you're trying to destroy Leonard Honor, I think the classic "Stop Smoking, Stop Drinking" has to come into this. And he gonna have to start weighing in, because you have the who's this guy? What happened to Common Sense? He backed out. He's gone now, and somebody got to fill in his shoes. So I guess that's gonna be me. And now we're gonna start this war, because I'm not gonna let you bully people online just because they're exposing you're a scam. And I'm really taking this personal because a few years ago, I lost a great deal of money by scammers such as this guy. So I have a personal vendetta. A personal vendetta against scammers like him. And I'm not going to stop. You can't get me. You can't send your goons after me. That's not possible. So I'm going to be in that ass. I'm going to be in that booty like Vaseline on baby bottoms. You're not going to be able to stop me, brother. And now I'm just going to double the effort because you're threatening people that you shouldn't be threatening. This is an opinion that these people have of you. And a lot of that opinion is backed up with facts. He hasn't said anything about this guy that keep dropping facts on him. And that is, God, there's a guy from the Caribbean. Oh, what's his name? Let me think of his name. I have to think. I can't think of his name now. But I'm subscribed to him, and all he does is bring receipts, like all documentation of what kind of craziness Umar's in, and it cannot be disputed. But he hasn't mentioned that guy. And you gotta ask, why hasn't he done that? Because he don't want to bring attention to that guy. Because that guy has lots of documentation and facts on him. So let's listen to this.
He got a nerve to have my videos on his website. Writing letters telling people I'm smoking crack. I went to jail for selling crack, smoking crack. I'm stealing school money. All right. Pull up, crew. Pull up, crew.
Look, so one African lady says, "Can you help us contribute to a single mother facing eviction?" Of course he can't. He doesn't have money himself.
Enough is enough.
And most of them saying
enough
they don't want to do
I can handle the videos.
So most of these people are saying they don't want to do this. They don't want to be part of this thing. He's trying to make them and bully them into bullying other people. And the more you make yourself look like a fool, the more you won't get any money. And I think the well is running dry, and he's really pissed. Like, they didn't really dug into his money, to tell you the truth.
But when you start going to the white man trying to sabotage my work and my profession, can't take that no more. Can't take that no more.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that this guy is very, very unprofessional. Of course, I'm sorry that I gave him money, and I won't expect that money back. I know it's like scammed off. He went to Africa with it, or he went to Japan and in the bath and all this kind of stuff. But he's very unprofessional, and I'm talking about in his method of presenting himself. You know, so the way he presents himself is very, very unprofessional. And I'm talking about, like, if you are getting a lot of this money from all sides, you're getting a whole bunch of money, you just came off of Hidden Colors, you just got through with the Breakfast Club, right? And you're getting all these donations. Wouldn't it be prudent to buy a professional camera? Like, even me, like, I'm a very small YouTuber or whatever, but I like to do things professionally. Like, so it gives a very good outlook of who you are and what your organization is. But what he does is he takes like a iPhone, like probably an iPhone 6, because you can see the quality of the video is not very good. So I'm saying it's kind of like an iPhone 6. It's not even 180p. Okay, so he's doing these like 720p or 480p videos, unstable, no, you know, he doesn't even have stability enabled. It's not even in what do you call it? I think it's landscape mode. So it's not even in landscape mode. So you're trying to do these videos on something so unprofessional as a phone. You're trying to get organizations and people to donate to this supposed school, but you're not putting any professional effort into it. All you're doing is begging for money. If I spent $400,000 on a school, okay, if I spent $400,000 on a school, you bet that from those $400,000, 5,000 or at least 3,000 is going towards a very good camera with a tripod, right? A very professional looking camera where I don't have to hold it up with my hand. A very professional looking camera so that I can show what I'm doing. Or whenever I go to do something, I hire a cameraman. Because if you claim to have all these people that want to help you, then you should have a cameraman that's ready when you're ready. That maybe you paying him by the hour, or maybe you paying him by the month or the week. And if you really want to get professional with it, you hire like a what do they call those? Like a media professional. Or they have those people that you can hire that give you an online presence. You pay them and they can give you an online presence. I don't recall what you call them, but they're pretty easy to find. Like if you're getting like in upwards of $1 million, $2 million, you could have paid someone to give you a professional online presence. But instead, you're doing it like ghetto Hollywood style, where you're in portrait mode and you're on this Instagram, and it's so unprofessional. Right? What you're supposed to have is something more professional than that, where what you do is it's a premiere. So you tell people, listen, on Monday, I'm going to be online to answer your questions and give comments and tell you what I'm doing next. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. This is what I'm doing with the school. This is my outline. This is my curriculum. This is how much I'm paying for this. This is how much I'm paying for that. And instead of going on these freaking 51 state gravesite tours, what I call it, and doing NBIPPBBBA, instead of doing some junk like that, you're spending 12 hours speaking to parents about bullshit. Instead of doing something like that, why don't you but he can't even spend 12 hours to talk to people online about his curriculum. What is your curriculum? What is your budget? How are you planning to move from the donation stage to the grant stage, from where you're getting grants from professional people and governments, but you're not getting grants and professional stuff from governments because you and yourself are in arrears of child support. So you're in trouble with the courts, so you're not able to start any businesses, professional businesses, because you owe the court money for child support, for unpaid taxes, for unpaid rent. So you owe all of these organizations and entities, and then you want us to trust you with our money. And there's still dumb people who do it. Of course, there's still people who do it. There's still going to be single mothers who they really feel lonely. They're in the hood. This guy he has the aesthetic quality about him. He's like a street preacher, right? So people like that kind of stuff, especially these women. They feel lonely, and they will automatically be attracted by his words. And then all of a sudden they're getting some kind of check or child support, and then they're splitting him off 10% of their income every month. And this is how he is surviving, because I promise you that he's never had a job, because the guy can't even sweep correctly. He can't even sweep the ground or pick up trash correctly, so he hasn't done any type of manual labor. And the only thing he's really knowledgeable about is like these kinds of black history and stuff like that. What I think he does is, like, before he gets on, he has a small kind of strip that he kind of follows, because every time he gets on, if you notice, he always gives some kind of anniversary or date. So this is the anniversary of something, something, something. This is the date of blase, blase, blase. And what I think is that there's a website where he goes to where, say if it's like March 15th, he himself doesn't know what black thing is happening on this day, right? But this website will know, okay, this is the day that so-and-so did this and so-and-so did that. Ifa Tunde, something like blase, blase, blase. He remembers that, and then before he gets online, he recites it to himself, and then when he gets on, he's like, okay, this is the day of blase, 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 this happened. That's why I say he has a very good memory. But a lot of the stuff that he talks about, and with all of these kind of African names, and it doesn't mean a hill of beans to him. It doesn't mean anything to him. It's just words. There's no substance to it. Just like he says, we're going to the UK, and we're going to start a school there. Of course, there's no school to be started. It's just words to him. There's no substance to what he's talking about. It's just a bunch of words coming out of his mouth, because he's very good at it. I mean, Umar Johnson would be an excellent hip-hop artist. I do hip-hop, and he would be a very, very good hip-hop artist. A lot of the great hip-hop artists come out of Philly, like Cassidy, right? Freeway, excellent hip-hop artist. Cassidy, like one of the greats. You have a bunch of them. Beanie Siegel, one of the greats. So they do that stuff. It's in the blood, it's in the nature of that in that area where these people do that stuff. And I think Umar hung around with these type of people, and instead of becoming a hip-hop artist or a rapper or a poet or a writer, he became this. And he probably started out with good intentions, and then things just spiraled out of control, and now he's this. And it's not going to end well for him, because time is running out. You ever hear that Muse song, Time is Running Out? Check out that song. Time is running out for this man. Because how long can you keep up the scam? How long can you keep up? Because I know for a fact, I will willingly bet my life that this school will never open. It's because it doesn't add up. You cannot start this is a fact, okay? You cannot start a school with just donations. You just cannot. Yes, the black community has a trillion, what do we call it? $1 trillion. We have $1 trillion spending power. But that's not going to you, because you're not professional, and no star has endorsed you. Not one. You've been on 3 Breakfast Clubs. You've been on Roland Martin. You've been on something else. You've been on Vlad TV. And no one has still endorsed you. No person of importance has endorsed you. And no one has said anything about you. None of the celebrities say anything about you. And what I think is, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. So they don't say anything at all. They don't say anything because they know you're a fraud. because they could see what I'm seeing. Like, he's asking for money. He can't even get buy a cameraman to do a professional video. You saw his professional videos that he did with the one with the books, and I'm like, that's what you call professional? When you got $1 million? Like, you need to hire some media professionals. It's not that hard, right? And where's your home? We always see something that is not your house. You're always out in the street somewhere, walking in the street. You're never really in a professional building, speaking with professional people, hanging out with a professional crowd. Because you are who you hang out with. So if you want money for this school, who are you hanging out with? You're talking to these kind of obscure radio stations that I really never heard of. Right? These very little small time radio stations that have like 200-300 people that listen to what they have to say. But who are you hanging out with? If you had a meeting with Cornel West, then I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, now this guy is serious. If you had a meeting with one of the greats, I said series, my phone turned on. But you're not having any meetings or conversations with anyone great. I was part of the movie scene, kind of like I did my small part in the movie scene. And while coming up, because I didn't know anyone, right? But I had these ideas and I had some backing from people that were supposedly supported me, right? The first thing I do is I contact some of my friends who have connections in the movie industry who I want to get in contact with to do collaborations. They set me up with some people that are interested in doing TV shows and doing movies. I set up a meeting with them, right? And then we proceed to hatchet out a plan, right? Because I have something that they want, they have something that I want. It's fairly easy, right? So you figure out a guy like him that has all of this money, he's getting all these kind of donations, and they're finite donations, okay? This is not going to be infinitely. And you got $1 million, $2 million. Do you have meetings with important people to ask for grants? Why aren't you? That's because if you're opening up a school like this is the first thing you're going to do is start applying, asking the government or applying for grants from the government. Because that's what you're going to need to run your school. You're going to need a yearly grant or an endowment from important people, from important organizations, especially within the black community. There must be some, you must know of some, because you are part of this kind of conscious Hotep community. So there must be organizations that give grants. Like, say for instance, some Bill Cosby Foundation or something like this. You just purchased something for $400,000. Why aren't they having these meetings with you? Because you don't have a plan. You're unprofessional. This is a scam. That's why you don't have anybody. You're not filming, because that's what I would be doing. I'll be filming. That's what I did when I went up to the movie to talk to these guys about doing this movie and TV picture thing. I documented everything that I was doing. He doesn't document anything. There's no transparency. We don't know what he's doing with the money. We should know the bank account. We should know the bank that you got this money in. Right? We should know exactly how much you have. You should have a list of all those people who have donated money to you. And you should have allocations of where it went. You should have an Excel sheet of where all this, of a record of all the money, and it should be shown to the people. You don't have to show the last name or anything. You just need to show the numbers. You should have a secretary to do that, right? You should have. See, this is why I know it's fake, because listen, I'm not even a businessman, right? But I have an office. I mean, I could show you my office. Next time I show you my office, I'm getting nowhere near the money that Umar Johnson is having, but I have my own office. And when you're a professional organization, you have an office. So you ask yourself, where is the office, Umar? Commercial real estate is less than residential real estate. Commercial real estate is less than residential real estate. So it means it's just cheaper. All you need is a little small office. Why don't you have an office? So this is the red flag. I mean, I had already given $1,000, but I'm like, okay, this guy keeps on getting on Instagram and he's talking and he's in these obscure places and he has his little iPhone around doing, and it's so unprofessional, and it's all these red flags. And I'm like, who's giving this guy money? How can he run his school when he can't even run his own life? If you don't have a great presentation, how can you be a great, say what you're going to say is a principal? How can you be a principal? You cannot. It's almost impossible. You can't. Where's your presentation skills? Right? Where's your presentation skills? So that's the first thing you should ask yourself. You know, these people, I know they're not going to listen to me because I'm nobody. I'm just stop smoking, stop drinking. But ask yourself, people. Those people are giving him money. And then I'm going to go. Where is his office? Why doesn't a guy that is operating in asterisks in this professional manner, in asterisks, in quotation, should I say, why doesn't he have an office? Where is his office? Where is his organization? All of these videos that he has, threatening people and all this other stuff, he doesn't even have an office. Like, even if you look at like a guy like Tariq Nasheed, he has a setup. He has a professional setup. He got the mic, he got the camera, he got all this. So he's like semi kind of professional. You could say, okay, he might be a fraud too, but at least it seems like he has an office. Umar has a cell phone. That's all he has. That's his most valuable possession, I do believe, other than that rented car, is a cell phone. And I don't even understand how he got to rent a car if he ain't paid his child support, how he has a driver's license. But ask yourself that. Where's his office? I'm out. Stop smoking, stop drinking. I hope you enjoyed this. And I'm going to pimp my stuff later on. Not in this episode. I'll have to gain my loyal subscribers first before I start pimping myself out. So I'll see you guys later. I'm out.